What up, yo? Frank 5D for dedicated etiquette here on the rap scene. And I'm old school. My favorite rappers began rapping anywhere from the year 1982 to the year 1994. I always prefer the original over the remake. I own a small collection of about 1,000 vinyl records. I still read books, and my favorite kicks were released over 20 years ago. Unapologetically old school. Being unapologetically old school does not disqualify one from taking classes at New U, even if we fail a few. But failure is not an option, so we pay attention to the evolution while embracing the foundation. And as we pay attention, we find it hard to ignore the unnecessary gorge that's growing between the old school and the new school. Unnecessary is an understatement. It is downright ignorance to ignore the simple fact that things change, including hip-hop cultures, so it's virtually criminal to hate on the change that you, in fact, helped to create. Because it's extremely easy to be what the world wants you to be when the world constantly shows you the benefits of conforming to its image. Most of our new U graduates display an understandable, if not frustrating, youthful thought process. You can't fault them for that. They're young. When someone like Lil Uzi Vert says he doesn't care about being a real MC, you have to be mad at yourself before you get mad at him. Because Lil Uzi Vert is not a rapper, he's a rock star. He literally does not care about how dope he is at rapping, and in turn will never try and fit your image of a real MC. He cares about what we've taught his Lil Rich has to care about: money, the turn up, and being famous. Every rapper that has filled their material with the idea that money and clout is the end-all be-all of music and life needs to look in the mirror when contemplating the state of affairs in today's hip-hop. The new material is a direct result of the fuckery that was, in the past, given a pass simply because it was hot. The discord between the old and the young is a divide that runs far beyond any genre of music. Zoomers, just like millennials, just like Generation X, just like baby boomers, and so on, don't just hear music differently, they see the world differently. They don't think like old schoolers, and old schoolers sometimes take offense to that. This isn't something that should be dismissed when having this discussion because it's definitely a different world and when you come from, not just where. Rewatching the Everyday Struggle episode featuring Lil Yachty, I found myself defending him from that hate and misunderstanding towards what he's really about. It was him against hip-hop, and in some twisted, existential, old school moment, I felt sorry for him for me not liking his music.
My nigga, chill.
Yeah, hold up, yo.
I understand he wouldn't give a fuck about that, and he can only express himself musically the only way he can, and it's easy to see that he'd have only tried to excel at what he glorifies: fame over musical integrity. I did a video not too long ago asking if rappers care about the music that they give us, and I'll link to that below. Everything evolves, and furthermore, the line between the expression and the bag grab is so blurred that many no longer care. It's kind of a lose-lose if you're talking about musical integrity. The question applies to every generation, but it seems extremely relevant in today's day and age. That's not just age speaking. While it's clear and present that production in hip-hop has improved over the years, we cannot ignore the striking decline in lyrical content, ability, and just plain presence. Most old heads honestly don't know why YB is on top. They get it, but they don't really know why. Most young heads couldn't understand what made KRS-One one of the greatest. They get it, but they don't really know why. It's truly a sign of the times, and nobody should be ashamed of it. The divide is divisive, and time goes on, so nothing's gonna change that. But appreciation of the divide will bring a better understanding of how the culture was and is, leading to a close of the gap. That goes for any culture. Just seems that hip-hop is somehow attached to an idea that paints the new school in a patina that diminishes their creativity. No matter how you look at it, and no matter what's being released, it's clear that for the most part, the vibe drives the records while lyrics take a backseat. This is not to say that lyrics are dead in the new school. There are plenty of young MCs out here that are pushing the issue when it comes to bars. But you know what I'm talking about. Remember mumble rap? It wasn't that long ago. I agree with doing away with the term, but the fact that it was a thing speaks volumes to the point. An art form that began behind what people could do with the music was taken over by what people could say and how they said it. Now it seems people don't say much at all. The situation has no settlement, and it seems such a shallow conversation, but the age divide in hip-hop is real. Calling for a deeper analyzation of the concept of the youth being wasted on the young. Musical evolution is something that cannot be suppressed, and these young bucker snappers don't care about what your old ass has to say concerning how they get down. Deal with it. Because again, it's not just hip-hop that's evolving. The world is evolving. Humans are evolving. Life is not the same as it ever was, and it will never be the same as it is now. Music, the fashion, the slang, the mannerisms, literally all the way to the mindset, ideology, and lifestyle. Everything changes, and all heads tend to hold the idea that things never change for the better. Check this, we're talking about hip-hop. It's been around for 40-odd years and is now the most popular art form on the planet, but still billions of living human beings have never heard it. They wouldn't even have a chance to like it. Just like your granny or grandpops who never sent an email in their life, if you discount and ignore the progression that's going on around you, you're just gonna be a link to the past and the new wave is gonna wash over you accordingly. It's probably not a bad thing. However, if that's something that you want for yourself, then stay the fuck out of these young bucks' ways. Let them do their thing, because YNW Melly cannot see you from behind the stacks of money, and Lil Yachty cannot hear you over the fans screaming his name. And if they could, you just look and sound like a hater. And you don't want to look and sound like a hater. Thanks for watching, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, don't look and sound like a hater. Check the website, www.therapscene.com. Always dope shit going on over there. Follow the socials. I'm Frank 5D for Dedicated Etiquette here on the Rap Scene. Positive energy activates, constant elevation.